All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, you guys. I hope you're doing well. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the verb ir and the verb ir with this word with an infinitive, a basic verb. So let's start with the verb ir. Ir is a weird verb. It means to go, to go. But the forms of ir are very, 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 very weird. So let's start it off. With the yo form of ir, it's going to be voy. Yo voy. Yo voy. Yo voy is going to be I go or I am going. So ir is a weird verb in that sense as well, that it means I go or I am going. With the form of tú, which we know tú means you, is going to be vas. So it's going to be you go or you are going. Okay. And then I have this one. Él va. He goes or he is going. Note how these words don't sound like voy or vas or va. My V sounds like a B. Tú vas. Él va. He goes, he is going. Ella va. She goes or she is going. I have nosotros or nosotras. Vamos. We go or we are going. In which situation will I use nosotras with an A? If it's a group of all girls. So if I'm a girl and I'm going with my girlfriends to the mall, I will say nosotras vamos. However, since I'm a boy, I will always use nosotros. Even if it's a mixture of boys and girls, we will always go to the masculine form and use nosotros. Vamos. We go, we are going. I have ellos or ellas, and you see I put my arroba, my at symbol again, for the same thing. If it's a group of girls only, ellas van, they go, or they are going. They go, or they are going. Ellos van, or ellas van. And then lastly, I have this one. Ustedes van. Y'all go, or y'all are going. Ustedes is talking to a group of people. I'm talking to y'all. I should go up here and add in one more form. Usted va. You formal go. You are going. Okay, so usted is a more formal way to say you. So if I say tú, I'm speaking to friends. I'm speaking to someone who I'm going to speak very informally. If I'm saying usted, I may be speaking with someone who's older than me, my grandma, my doctor, my boss, my parents, in some families, if you treat your parents with a lot of respect. So usted, you, formal. It should also be noted that ustedes, if you're in the north of the United States, you'll say you guys. You guys are going. So I was not used to saying y'all until I got down to the south. You guys are going. Okay. I'm going to erase this. So take notes, pause the screen and take notes if you have to. Now is the time to do it. Okay. On to the next thing. We have ir, to go. In English, just like in Spanish, we're always going to somewhere, right? In order to say to, in this context, we use this little letter, a. Okay, so let's check it out. I'm going to the store. Yo voy a la tienda, right? So my to is this word, a. Yo voy a la tienda. I'm going to the store. I could also say, I go to the store. It depends on context. I go to the store. If it's habitual, habitual, I do it every day, todos los días, voy a la tienda, I go to the store. Let's take another example. Tú vas a la escuela. You go. Tú vas. You go to the school. Google's going to try and correct me here, because when we say a la escuela in Spanish, oftentimes we're not talking about the place, but we're talking about going to school. Okay, so oftentimes in English we say, you go to school. Tú vas a la escuela. You go to school, the class, the act of going to learn at school. So tú vas, you go, or you are going. All right, let's take an example like this. Let's say we have Pablo goes to the park, or let's change it to is going. Pablo is going to the park. Who am I talking about? Pablo. I'm talking about one other guy. So I'm talking about he goes, right? How do I say he? I say él. But in this example, I already have his name, so I'm not going to say he again. So I'm going to say Pablo is going. Va. I need this word to, a, and I can find the word the park in my vocabulary list. The park, el parque. And Google's going to try and correct me here, and I'll explain why in just a second. Because when I have a and el next to each other in Spanish, if you think about how fast a Spanish speaker will say this sentence, he won't say it slow like Pablo va a el parque. It'll be a little bit faster. Pablo va a el parque. Pablo va al parque. Pablo va al parque. You can hear how when I say it fast, this a and el actually get combined to become al. Pablo va al parque. So anytime you have a and el together, these two words are going to combine together. They're going to get married, and it's going to be al parque, just because it sounds natural like that. So Pablo is going to the park. Pablo va al parque. Let's say that Pablo was going to the store. Do we think that I'm going to combine these two words, a and la? I will not combine these two words because it doesn't make it any faster. Even if I say a la, it's the same, right? There's no combination there. It doesn't make it easier. It doesn't come out faster. So Pablo va a la tienda. So I need to think. Anytime I have someone going to a masculine noun like el parque, it's going to be combined and become al parque. So that's ir a lugar. Lugar is a place. So to go to somewhere, right? To go to the store, to go to the park, to go to the school. In English, just like in Spanish, I'm not always going to somewhere. Sometimes I'm going to do something, okay? My formula for going to do something is this: ir a infinitive basic verb. Okay, let's check this out. Tú vas a. Tú vas, we said, was you are going to. Let's say I want to say, you are going to eat. You are going to eat. I have you are going to. Now I need my basic verb, my infinitive basic verb to eat. Do you remember? How do you say to eat in Spanish? Comer. Comer. So I have tú vas a comer. Tienes hambre. You're hungry. You are going to eat. Why do I leave this verb as a basic verb? For the same reason as in English, I don't say you are going to you eat. That sounds weird. That doesn't make sense, right? I can't say you are going to you eat. I say you are going to you eat for the same reason. I can't say tú vas a comes. We see tú and we want to change it to comes. I can't do that. I cannot do that. Tú vas a comer. You are going to eat. Let's think of other examples. We are going to run. I need to think to myself, I need this form of the verb ir to say we are going. How do you say we are going? Check our notes. Nosotros vamos a. Why a? Because I need that little word a in there. Nosotros vamos a basic verb correr. Nosotros vamos a correr. We are going to run. Nosotros vamos a correr. Nosotros vamos a correr. So that is to go to do something. One more example. I am going to sleep. Yo voy a dormir. Right? It's past my bedtime. Lost my screen for a little bit there. It's past my bedtime. I am going to sleep. Right? So I hope this clears things up for you guys. I hope this helps you out with ir a lugar, to go to a place, or ir a, infinitive basic verb, to go to do something. I am going to work. Voy a trabajar. I am going to swim. Voy a nadar. We are going to play. Vamos a jugar. If you have any questions on this lesson, on the verb ir, or on this clause, ir a infinitive, please leave them in the comments. If you like it, leave it in the comments. If you hate it, leave it in the comments. I'm here for you guys to help you out. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Be safe, be smart, make some good decisions. Pura vida.